Commissioner Frazier?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to thank everyone for your comments, and I do want to thank Josh and the Smith-Built team for taking a chance and really trial by fire kind of going into this plan development. I was a part of the creation of the plan development ordinance, and the intent was to bring more creative development so that we would build better communities and we could take into consideration everything that should be considered on the front end. And so we get more of a holistic picture of what we should expect and what we want to occur in a development. And as you might expect, Mr. Sanderson, I have taken some time and really looked through your proposal. And I have to say, for really having no parameters of what to bring forward to Planning Commission and then to this body, I have to say, you all did a really exemplary job in this proposal and providing much of the information that we need to really start the conversation of what we want to see in this. Also, you've done a great job with addressing questions and concerns along the way. I know you've been very open with communication, with meeting with the public, and I truly appreciate that. You know, I've told Josh before, I'm not trying to beat you up, and I've actually told our county staff, I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just really trying to be responsible. And you know, you had kind of you say it's a cheesy analogy, you know, mine to the staff and to, you know, just those in conversation was, this is very much to me from a fiscal standpoint, like someone saying, you're gonna buy a car. You don't get to pick the make, model, and year, but you gotta pay for it. And so I take that very seriously. Also, I know you mentioned you wanna move forward and we don't need more conditions, and you used the marriage analysis. The reason that we feel, or I feel, that I have to impose conditions is because one, it's very fluid. The second is cheesy. We've married you, and then we got cheated on. I don't want to be cheated on again. The citizens of Knox County don't want to be cheated on again. And so that's why we have to really seriously consider conditions. And again, we want to work with you, but we also want to work with the community, those that have lived and contributed to our tax base for decades. Their voice should be valued as well. And I think that we can do that in a very respectable way and still really produce a good development for the community. And so in saying all of that, I have put forth additional conditions. There's 18 of them. I don't know if the body wants me to read them. I have passed them out, but for those watching and those in the gallery, if you all would like to hear those, I think citizens might be interested in them. If the body doesn't mind me reading those. Is that okay?
No objections.
Bear with me.
Okay.
Okay. And not too much.
Does the applicant have a copy?
Josh, am I going to get this? Yes. And much of these we've discussed back and forth on email. So these are just in writing, and I want to thank Knox County staff and those that helped me with these as well. So these are conditions for considerations as additions or amendments to the 11 conditions that were set forth by Planning Commission. 1, a completed revised traffic impact analysis inclusive of revised uses with an accompanying summary memo with signature from Knox County Engineering Public Works, concurring with all assumptions and recommendations prior to review of the concept plan by Planning Commission, with a copy provided to County Commission. County Commission shall review and approve any expenditure of public funds necessary to complete transportation improvements as identified in the traffic impact analysis. 2, a detailed cost-sharing agreement itemizing funding responsibilities of road improvements determined in the TIA for Commission's approval, inclusive of but not limited to the widening of West Emory to Clinton Highway, traffic control and calming efforts, improvements both west and east of the proposed entrances to include deceleration, acceleration, and turn lanes, and westbound turn lane from Clinton Highway to West Emory. 3, revised timeline to detail phases of road improvement installations requiring road improvements to occur prior to construction of any structure on both the north and south sides, starting with the widening of West Emory Road as required by TDOT through the development's frontage. 4, revised public benefits section that states that all amenities will be private and maintained and funded by the HOA. 5, detailed features of the proposed amenities, use and/or partnership agreements, including maintenance, phases of installation, and cost estimates. Include a statement that Knox County will have the option of accepting the land donation from Legacy Parks, will not be under any time expectations, and that the County Parks and Recreation Master Plan must indicate a public need for the consideration of County Commission, who will have the authority to approve the acceptance and financial responsibility of the park recreational area. Include a statement detailing how the green space noted as park and recreational area will be maintained under Legacy Park with plant native grasses to lessen mowing, which will absolutely be the responsibility of the applicant or in agreement with Legacy Park. 6, amendments to all proposals, promotional and marketing materials for the project to exclude any language indicating Knox County as a potential partner. 7, amendments of promotional or marketing language promoting the prominence of a feature or amenity that could, at any time, be maintained, overseen, or deeded to another entity. 8, the existing cemetery shall have an aesthetically accepted fence establishing the boundary and maintained with metal ornamental type fencing materials, a single bench for seating, a flagpole, memorial plaque, landscape to include vegetation on all 4 sides, and 2 parking spaces. The applicant shall submit design specifics, including manufacturer cut sheets, to the planning staff for their approval as part of the concept plan. 9, all lighting associated with commercial uses shall be cut off and directed away from the road and adjacent residential areas. A photometric plan shall be submitted to the planning staff and approved as part of the concept plan. Architect shall complete a site assessment and certify all lighting is compliant with photometric plan. The HOA covenants and restrictions will contain fees associated with recreational area and facilities maintenance and will remain under Smith-Built's enforcement. 11, a sidewalk pedestrian design plan for one side of every road on both the north and south side, inclusive of connections and crossings, designated uses, pedestrian and/or golf cart, and specifications. 12, all signage shall comply with the CN Neighborhood Commercial Zone on the south side design plan. 13, all signage shall comply with the PR Planned Residential Zone on the north side design plan. 14, all parking associated with commercial uses shall follow the CN Neighborhood Commercial Zone standards, except where it conflicts with these conditions, and in that event, these conditions will control. 15, revised design of paved areas and landscape design for the commercial, townhome, and apartment to include outdoor gathering spaces with seating and buffers. 16, revised north side design plan to include more common areas with seating and pedestrian walking trails that will connect to any existing trailways in the surrounding area. 17, inclusion of the survey conducted by County Parks and Recreation Master Park Plan as part of the record prior to final concept plan approval by Commission. And 18, setback shall conform to the tables in attachment A and include a landscape design plan. So those are for the body's consideration.
Thank you.